So today is a very special day as we are going to be discussing on autoimmune condition, and we have a really special guest. Her name is Jennifer Dhuri ma'am. So Jennifer Dhuri will be answering questions related to autoimmunity and diet. So speaking about autoimmune condition, what happens in an autoimmune condition is that कि हमारे बॉडी के जो सेल्स है ना वो हमारे अच्छे सेल्स को अटैक करते हैं. ऐसे ऑटोइम्यून कंडीशंस में जो डिजीज होते हैं, फॉर एग्जांपल टाइप 1 डायबिटीज इज वन ऑफ द एग्जांपल ऑफ ऑटोइम्यून कंडीशन. सो वेरिन आर पैनक्रियास के जो सेल है उनको अटैक किया जाता है एंड वो अच्छे से इंसुलिन नहीं बना पाते. सो ऑटोइम्यून कंडीशंस में हमें सिर्फ मैनेजमेंट इज द ओनली थिंग विच इज अंडर हैंड्स. इट कैन नॉट बी क्योर्ड. ऐसी कोई मेडिसिन नहीं है जिससे वो 100% क्योर हो सके. जो हमारे सिम्टम्स है ना हमें उन्हीं पे वर्क करना है, हमें उन्हीं पे काम करना है. सो फॉर दैट द मैनेजमेंट, द डाइट पार्ट प्लेज अ रियली बिग रोल कि आप कैसे उसको मैनेज कर रहे हो. So for that we have a special guest. Her name is Jennifer Dhuri ma'am. She's a registered dietitian and it's an absolute pleasure that she will be joining us in this live. She is going to discuss the dietary part कि हम कैसे manage कर सकते हैं. So firstly I'll send her the request to join in. Yeah, hi ma'am. I hope I'm audible. How are you doing, ma'am?
Fine. Good morning. It's a good bright day.
Yeah, good morning. So today we are going to be discussing the diet part for managing the autoimmune condition. So as I said before, in the autoimmune condition, what is in our hands is the lifestyle modification and a diet. So Jennifer Dhuri ma'am, she's a registered dietitian having a 26-year experience in the field of nutrition, and she's the right person to answer the question related to the diet. So firstly, I would like to ask you a question that out of the 10 clients you see, how many of them have an autoimmune condition?
Okay, so if you are talking about, how many people are suffering from autoimmune disorders, almost every second or third person today that I see is suffering from either a mild or a chronic form of autoimmune disorder. So you will be having people, who are not having very chronic issues. They are having subtle, mild symptoms that are showing up. So every second or third person you will see. So I will see a lot of cases of, say, rheumatoid arthritis. Right now I have 3 cases of psoriasis. I have fibromyalgia. I have multiple sclerosis. So definitely I am seeing a rise in the number of autoimmune diseases today.
So what are the reasons as per you that there is a rise in the autoimmune conditions?
So see, basically we don't really know what causes the immune system to kind of, misfire. But still you will find that a lot of people are developing autoimmune diseases. So what you want to understand over here is that there is something that is triggering your genetics to kind of get your immune system kind of riled up. So definitely genetics is a factor that is there. A person has the genes in them and they become susceptible to developing an autoimmune disease. So right now what we want to look at is what are the triggers that can cause your body to, bring it up and develop the autoimmune diseases. So apart from the genetics, definitely your lifestyle, your diet, your stress, infections that you get, these are basically responsible for you to develop an autoimmune disease. So what you want to understand is that although genetics are there, yes, in fact, it is familial as well. Certain conditions are familial. So, your arthritis, your lupus, multiple sclerosis, these are familial. So you do have the genetics in you. But what you want to understand is that these are the triggers that will, bring it up. So you will develop this. So whatever, good, healthy things that are there. So, having good nutrition, or having a good lifestyle, good diet, good sleep, not so much of stress. If this is overpowered, if this is overridden by not the very good things, the bad stuff. So if you are inactive, poor lifestyle, a lot of stress, all these things will definitely trigger up the immune system to get flared up. And yeah, so you need to concentrate on this. So these are one of the things that why we see. Also something very something that you will it's quite ironic, but today we are so concerned about keeping ourselves immune. In that sense, we are keeping our children away from germs, keeping them very safe. And in fact, it's coined as the hygiene hypothesis, wherein because of the vaccinations, you're keeping your kids away from the germs. You don't allow them to play in the dirt, the earth. So here what is happening is that, yeah, so what is happening is that our immune system is basically it is kind of going to react to even the smallest of harmful substance. So these are the things why probably we are seeing a lot of autoimmune diseases coming up.
And what about the diet? How diet plays a role in smoothing the condition of autoimmune?
Yes. See, diet plays a very important role because, like I said, genetics is one of the things that we have seen is responsible for you to develop an autoimmune disorder. You will be susceptible, even though it may not be out, but you are susceptible to it. So what you want to understand is to look at the triggering factors. So the triggering factors are majorly your lifestyle, your stress, your diet. If your diet is bad, if you have very high fat diets, very high sugar diets, so these are the things that you can actually work on. So definitely, maybe you cannot totally get rid of the autoimmune disease, but you can definitely manage it. You can control the inflammation. You can reduce the pain of the pain, the trauma that the person is going through. So yes, I will say that definitely, if basically as a functional medicine is my approach as a holistic clinical dietitian. So I don't look at the disease itself as a disease. Okay, I have this X immune disorder. I look at why it has happened. So always ask yourself, what has been the time, what has been the trigger? So when was it that you started showing the symptoms? Once you understand that, once you understand what are your triggers, it's very much easy for us to work on helping the person to get relief, or at least some kind of relief from the pain. Basically your daily living gets improved. So yes, definitely your diet and lifestyle plays a very important role, because that's the major trigger. So you will actually see that a lot of people they develop these autoimmune diseases. You will, if you ask them, it will always be some kind of a stress, so maybe a personal loss. So if I've had a very very stressful time, and this disease comes up, you develop this disease because I may have eaten wrong, my body tends to I may have been inactive, so many things. So yes, definitely your diet and lifestyle, if you work on it, it will help you.
Any specific dietary pattern, like any specific diet that helps in managing this inflammatory conditions?
See, basically, because we know that it is majorly something that you may be susceptible to. So if I am having the genetics for a certain disorder, I always want to see that, I follow a good healthy lifestyle, a good diet, so that I don't trigger it. But if it comes to remedying it, if it comes to working on somebody who's already having an autoimmune disorder, there are some basic nutrients, there are some basic dietary changes that are very crucial when it comes to helping a person with any kind of autoimmune disease. So the first nutrient that I always look at is, so as I said, I always look at what are the triggers. So I start making the changes there. So if you are talking in terms of nutrients, whether it is through diet or through supplementation, most important nutrient that I always ask people to look at is your vitamin D. So your vitamin D is basically involved in major immunological functions in the body. So
Correct.
if you are a person who knows that I am prone to having a deficiency in this vitamin, today majority of us are having a deficiency of it. So look at correcting your vitamin D deficiency. And
Okay.
apart from that, also try to add on vitamin D via diet, not so much possible. Supplementation is your go-to most of the times. And try to get in, soak up a lot of sunlight. So that's one nutrient which is very important. The other nutrient that you
Okay.
want to
Any
look up.
superfood, yeah, any superfood specifically that is helpful in managing?
See, like I said, I always look at what are the issues. So, see, what are the issues that a person is facing. So, if I talk about nutrients or foods, I want to look at, okay, this person is having an autoimmune disorder, this person is having IBS. So, here probably I will look at foods which are, probiotic, having probiotics. So, depending on what the condition is. So, like I said, look at what the condition is and try to treat accordingly. So I will look into vitamin
Okay.
A. I will look into iron as to be supplemented via the diet or the
Yeah,
through
yeah.
supplements. So I will want to look into omega 3 because that is also something. So if you will observe, I want to put in omega 3 via the diet or through supplements because stress is definitely going to be a major factor here. Your omega 3 to omega 6 is the ratio is
Yes.
gone totally askew. So that is something that I want to look at. I want to add foods that are,
Yeah.
see, usually patients, clients are having certain issues. They have a leaky gut. They have allergies to certain things. They have intolerances. So there is no one superfood that I would want to look at. But yes, definitely, these
Okay.
are the nutrients that I look
Yeah,
into.
yeah.
There are certain herbal teas, certain supplements that you can add to help the person get relief from the disorders.
Yeah, yeah. So here I would like to speak about curcumin because curcumin is one such amazing spice, which there are a lot of research has been done on curcumin that is helpful in managing autoimmune conditions specifically. So looking at the curcumin, haldi. So curcumin, such spice is really good to be added. But what happens now if you are taking it directly from the powder form, you don't know out of the haldi you are taking one tablespoon how much of it contains curcumin. So here, if you're supplementing it with a supplement which has curcumin and curcumin itself doesn't get absorbed, it has a poor absorbability in the body. So adding it with pepperine, which is black pepper, so this combination itself is really good in managing the anti-inflammatory conditions, reducing the inflammation in the body. So one such supplement is Best Source Nutrition's 95% curcumin, and it has amazing results in managing the inflammatory conditions.
Yeah, see,
Yeah.
basically, many people would feel that, adding through the diet, would be helpful. But
Yes,
sometimes you have
correct.
to take the help of supplements is because you will find that most people with autoimmune disorders have a leaky gut. Their gut barrier is affected. And here, there is a lot of malnutrition that is there. So sometimes to really bring up your levels, to really help you out, supplementation is definitely a way to go when it comes to putting in nutrients that are going to be helpful.
Yeah. Any case study which you would like to share in which the
See,
diet has really helped?
yes, most of your my cases of IBS have really been helped. So here, you want to supplement them with your, probiotics, your omega 3. Supplement them with
Correct.
certain, there are certain specific herbal teas that I prescribe. So most of them, they really work very well. I mean, their symptoms really, you know, get, you know they just get go away, kind of. And
Okay.
flare ups may be there, if you are stressed or whatever. Right now I have 3 cases of psoriasis, so supplementing them with multivitamin, supplementing with vitamin D, probiotics. this is something that definitely helps them. I have a case of fibromyalgia right now, so I am working on this case. It's a very chronic case. So again, supplementing with certain nutrients that are beneficial, so your magnesium. So this is a case where I have to work with magnesium, I have to work with iodine, probiotics, I have to work with B complex. So this is definitely something that is helpful. Yeah.
So I would like to, ask you about nettle leaf tea. Like how nettle leaf tea is beneficial in such cases.
Yes, I am guilty of using nettle a lot in a lot of my cases, and it has really benefited a lot of my cases. So nettle being basically it's anti-inflammatory, it soothes your nerves. So usually cases of autoimmune disorders, they go through a lot of anxiety, obviously an inflammatory response. So nettle has helped me in a lot of cases. I have used nettle big time with my cases of IBS, fibromyalgia, multiple sclerosis, psoriasis. So I have used nettle a lot for patients who are having allergies, urinary tract inflammation, for patients who are having
Yes.
gout. I mean, I have used nettle in a lot of cases. Although I must tell people also that always try to consult your dietitian or your
Correct, correct.
healthcare giver, because there may be certain cases where you want to think about whether
Taken
this will really
advice.
help you or not. Yeah, so definitely that is there. So yes, nettle
Yeah.
has been a savior for me, for a lot of clients of mine, and I use a lot of nettle in my cases of autoimmune disorders.
Yeah, so I like to add about nettle leaf tea. So, what happens in the nettle leaf tea, the soil, the atmosphere it is grown, that impacts the plant a lot, and the harvesting time itself of the crop, it's very crucial. So that is why taking it from a brand which is trusted like Besos Nutrition, we make sure that the plant itself is really good. It's the soil is from the agro climate zone of Kashmir. So that is what the parameters, and it's as per the World Health Organization parameters. We do testing for a nettle leaf tea, Besos Nutrition. So all this thing for a nettle leaf tea, it's really crucial. So supplementing it from a good brand is really a key for having the best nettle leaf. Yeah, so
Yes,
something that
absolutely. I love
yeah,
Besos
and
Nutrition Nettle Leaf, definitely, and it's my go-to actually for a lot of cases.
thank you, ma'am. So, any of your favorite Besos nutrition supplement?
I a lot of supplements of Besos Nutrition are good. I big time favorites are my red clover, your omega 3.
Correct.
Actually, most of the supplements, obviously depending on the conditions, most of the supplements I do love the supplements of Besos Nutrition, and that's why most of the supplements that I prescribe, I always go for Besos Nutrition. So yes, most of your supplements,
Yeah.
I love them,
So,
prescribe them.
yes.
You can probably name a few of them, so that people are also aware that we
Yeah,
have
so our
such good
omega
supplements.
3, yes, yes. Omega 3 fish oil is one of our best sellers and it's really good in autoimmune condition. Then there is
Yes,
curcumin, haldi, 95% curcumin with pepperine or Besos nutrition is also one of the, really good in managing autoimmune condition as well as in the cases of immunity. Then there is grapeseed extract, which is really good in the management of immunity, and they have all wonderful results. So I would request everyone, if there's any question coming to your mind that you have an autoimmune condition, please do ask us in the live, and also do visit our website. We are having special discounts, and I would like to share a discount code which is I live 10. I would comment it in the comment section, so you can get a 10% discount. And also, when I save this live, I will definitely put it in the caption down. Yeah. So, any questions, please do ask question if there's anything which coming. Yeah. So, someone has asked, What 5 foods should I avoid in rheumatoid arthritis?
Basically, when you talk about arthritis, there are some people who have specific responses, intolerances. So it's not a very general thing in terms of avoiding certain foods. So there are some people who complain that when I take curd or when I take sour foods, so that is something very personal. But majority what you want to concentrate on is to take foods that are good sources of proteins, good sources of calcium. There are some people who have intolerance to dairy, so that could be something, that intolerance to gluten, because like I have mentioned before, people do have an issue with their gut barrier. So avoiding gluten, avoiding lactose, so dairy could be one of the things that you can try and observe. Avoid all the processed foods. Try to avoid a lot of sugary foods and fats that are not healthy fats. Incorporate healthy fats into the your diet, and apart from that, reducing stress. You have to work big time on reducing your stress levels, sleep better. So these are few points that if you take care of and try to eat healthy as per your body, whatever is your symptoms, definitely it will help. So yes, gluten, and avoiding gluten, avoiding lactose, dairy is something that works a lot for many people, and avoiding a lot of high sugary foods, high fat diets is something, bad fats basically is something that is going to help.
Yeah, so one more question that dietitian Lakshita has asked is dosage of red grapeseed tablet. Yeah. So our best source nutrition's grapeseed extract, we are taking it from the black grape, basically the purple grapes that we have. So what we recommend is 500 mg in a day is the dosage. And one of the question which we have got, should we take multivitamin?
When
Maybe in the
multivitamins,
case, yeah, the autoimmune conditions, taking it in the
multivitamins
autoimmune
is,
conditions.
I prefer multivitamins best taken after your breakfast, mid morning. That would be a good time to take your multivitamins.
Correct, correct. So our, in the formula of our Besos Nutrition's multivitamin, we have added 20 vitamins and minerals. Plus, we have added herbs like ashwagandha, grapeseed extract for improving immunity, as well as there's a blend of digestive herbs. So it's a really good supplement. Supplement for one of the client has Hetal. She has asked a supplement for eczema.
Supplement for eczema. You
Yeah.
can go in for the omega 3.
Yes, correct.
You
Omega
can go
3,
in
yeah.
for the omega 3. You can go in for the curcumin. You can go in with the nettle.
Yes.
Hopefully, you don't have any other issues. If you do have any other issues, always consult before just taking a supplement. Because people with
Yeah.
hypertension, we want to take care. So these are definitely something. B complex is something. So multivitamins would be one of the options. Vitamin D, definitely you
Yes.
want to take that. These are supplements that will help you in terms of for your eczema.
Okay. Yeah. So multivitamin, omega 3, Natalie Tea, they works wonderful in cases of
Yes,
eczema. So
yes.
one of the question is dosage of red clover tea and usage.
Again, red clover, I give it twice a day, 2 cups.
Yeah,
Basically, you
correct.
don't
Twice
need
a
to
day.
take
So
more. 2 cups is enough. So just take about so many flowers, and
yeah,
red
so
clover, 2 cups is good.
2.5 gram, yeah, 2.5 gram is 1 tablespoon. You have to take it twice a day. And what is the usage is red clover is really good in the cases of menopause. So any person having menopausal symptoms, it's really good. As well as it's really good in the PMS symptoms, really helps in reducing the PMS symptoms, and it has an estrogen mimicking property. That's the reason why it's really helpful in suppose a person is having PCOD. In that cases also, red clover tea is really helpful in managing the conditions.
Yes, I've had a
Yeah,
lot
so
of
these are
cases where
something.
it has been very helpful. Red clover, this is something for the perimenopausal, menopausal. So you don't need to really go in for anything else. First, try out red clover. if you have hot flushes, if you have, all the symptoms that go along with these issues, and because it's estrogenic in nature, so definitely it is very helpful. A lot of cases I have seen relief from these symptoms that they are facing.
Yeah, correct, ma'am. So these were all the questions which everyone has asked. So it was really a nice interactive session which we had with you. And it's an absolute
Thank you.
pleasure. Thank you so much for specially,
Thank you for
taking time
having me.
out from Sunday. It was a really
Thanks for
helpful,
having me.
yeah, it was really helpful live. So thank you so much. I will be definitely saving this live. I will put the discount coupon code in the comments. So please do look in that. And thank you so much, Jennifer ma'am, for giving your precious time
Welcome.
and being
Thank you.
patient.
Thanks a lot.
Yeah, thank you so much
All
everyone for
right.
joining. Yeah,
Bye,
bye.
everyone.
Bye.